Welcome back to the show, folks. And today we have a great guest on the show. He's a recording artist, musician, songwriter, and composer. Please welcome Mr. Darwin Brascomb to the show.
Hello, hello.
How you doing, bruh?
Very glad to be
here. You are also known as DBrass.
Yes, sir.
Now, how do you come up with that name, DBrass?
My first initial and then my the first 4 letters of my last name.
Okay, just being creative.
Yes.
That's what you do for a
That's
living.
what I do.
So what's going on? Good to have you on the show, bro.
Thank you. Glad
Good
to be
to
here.
have you. Now, you're originally from Florida, right?
Yes, born and raised in Orlando.
Really?
Yes, sir.
See, that's one of the things living in Florida is now you don't get to see a lot of people from Florida actually living in Florida. You notice that?
Yes,
you notice that too?
Yes.
Everybody just take off. So you a songwriter, musician. You know, you write plays and you write theme songs of music. How did you end up? You know, bring us back a little bit. How did you end up being in that position?
Well, my inspiration comes from the experience.
Okay.
And based off that experience, I just write from the perception of that experience.
Okay. Now,
whether it's good or bad.
Now, being a kid, were you always around music and stuff?
Yeah, and actually my mom and my dad did music, so it was easy for me. And I grew up in church, so.
Okay. So they play instruments and stuff like that?
Yes, my father played the guitar. And
okay.
My mom and dad sang, and my dad was a songwriter, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just in my blood.
I can tell. I can tell. So growing up, you decided that, hey, you know what? I want to be a songwriter. I want to be an artist. I want to be a musician, right?
Yep.
Now, putting that aside, I want to talk about, you know, you do a lot of charity work out here.
Yes, actually, I am affiliated on the board of directors for a kids with cancer organization called Brascomb.
Okay.
And it's for kids that have not just cancer but other life-threatening illnesses, and we take them out every month to get them away from, you know, the reality of cancer and chemotherapy treatments.
Oh, so it's a lot of kids, you know, going chemo.
Oh yes.
And you talk to them.
Yes, or ambassador for them, just to motivate them to continue life, no matter the situation.
But I mean, how did you come to that? How were you drawn to that situation? Was it something personal that?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I actually, I'm a cancer survivor myself.
Okay,
I had
great,
osteogenic sarcoma, which is it was cancer in my knee, in the bone of my knee, and had to have my leg amputated.
Okay.
With that, I also had chemotherapy and such. And when I got through it, I decided to just give back to those who were through the same experience.
Right. Okay. It's good to know that, you know, you're a survivor. You're doing pretty well.
Oh,
you know,
yes,
going on to do great things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, we're going to talk about your professional career. Now, over the years, you know, you've been involved in a lot of stuff. You was actually an A&R coordinator by writing music and song for aspiring artists.
Yes.
Now, how does that happen? Do the artists come to you, or you seek them out? How does that work?
Majority of the times, their manager will refer them to me, or if they're in church, parents would come up. So it can be formal or informal, and I would pretty much write the song or make the music based off the performer.
Okay.
So whether it's a woman or a man or a kid or what have you, and just write the song from there. And each person is different.
Different. That's true.
Yes,
that's true.
yes.
That's true. You also teach them how to sing, or?
Yes, yes.
Really?
And play instruments.
Wow, that's great, man. Now, you have a lot of people coming to you, you know. Now, let me ask you, as a kid, when you get this kid, like, you have to seek their talent out, or they are already talented? How does that work?
You'll be surprised. Once people catch on, people love to sing. A lot of people love to sing, especially kids. And once they find out what you do, they find you. So you will have to go out searching for them. And not everybody can sing, but different levels. Okay. So with that, you just find where they are and kind of just cultivate them.
Now, are they more drawn to the singing part, or are they also drawn to the playing part? Are they more interested in that too?
Some are more musicians, and then others are singers, and some want both.
Okay.
A lot of them, especially the younger girls, are more entertainers. They like.
They want to be in front of the camera,
yes,
like
yes,
Beyonce.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's great. Now, not only that, you was also the lead, a background vocalist, a songwriter for a production company called Intensity Production.
Yes.
You want to tell us about that?
Yes. While in college, you know how struggling college students.
Yeah, you gotta make that extra money.
Hey man, yeah, do what I had to do. So we would do various jazz venues.
Okay.
And, I would write the songs for them, and then we would do a lot of cover songs, and you know, it was fun actually. So we enjoyed doing it and just made money while doing it.
Right, right. Now, you know, like I told you earlier, you know, as a kid, I always wanted to to play the piano. For some reason, not the guitar, nothing, but just the piano. You play the piano, right?
Yes. Do you feel like you're musically inclined?
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just too old to start learning
You're
now,
never
but it's
too
never
old.
too late, right?
That's right. And I'll be glad to teach you.
Absolutely. I'll be glad to learn from you too.
Yeah.
Now, how many sounds? I'm not a musician. How many sound is there in music?
Unlimited sounds.
Really?
Yes. And each person has a different vocal quality about them. So some people can sing higher, some people can sing lower, and that's, I guess, that's when the creativity comes in, and you just go from there.
Now, what do you draw as a songwriter? What do you draw your creativity from? Do you gotta have some kind of visual to go along, or maybe you just listen to the lyrics, or you just look at the artist and say, okay, this is what I'm gonna write? How do you do it?
Most of my experience, most of my, I guess, motivation comes from the experience. If it's a good experience or a bad experience, and I draw from there.
Wow.
Yeah, and like when it comes to plays or pictures or movies, so most of the time they'll allow you to read the script or watch the movie first, and then you pretty much write the song based on what's going on in the play. Yeah,
that's true. That's true because that's true. I agree with that. So, talking about the newest projects you're working on right now,
yes.
It's got to be, we actually had Lavarius on the show, Lavarius Slaughter.
Yes.
He's a playwright. We had him on the show. Great guest.
Yes, he's an awesome guy.
And you actually the one who is writing the theme song for this next play. You want to tell us, how did it come about? How did you guys link up?
Yes, the play is called Love Unbreakable.
Okay.
And again, I met him through my manager, James Stewart. And what happened was I read the screen, the play, and then from there, see who's going to be, I guess, singing the song.
Okay.
And I write the song based on that, and then based on the character.
You actually had to see the person that was going to sing the song?
Yes.
To talk to them and stuff?
Yes, because you don't want to write a male part for a female. And you don't
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I don't want to be saying, talking something good when the person is actually breaking their heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff. So actually seeing the visual and actually reading the script helped you a lot in
Yes, very much so. A picture is worth 1,000 words.
Okay. Now you also did a lot of singing on stage.
Yes, as my most recent, I was in New York with the artist Papoose, Melissa
Papoose.
Morgan. Yes.
Wasn't he with Busta Rhymes a while back with Remy Ma Papoose? He was a rapper.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
okay,
Yes, sir.
okay,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
okay.
Yeah. Also, I sang the national anthem for the Orlando Magic game twice, actually. They
Wow.
come back, yeah.
That must have been a scary experience.
It was intimidating.
For the 20,000 people?
Was it that many people, really?
Wow. Well, that's what the stadium, I think, how many people can fit in the stadium? 16,000 maybe?
Yeah, it was a lot of people. And all you hear is the cheering and you see the lights, so I'm in the moment, I just go for it.
But I mean, if you hear the false note or the bad note, you're going to hear the boo.
Yes, oh yeah.
But you didn't hear none of that, right?
No, thank God.
Okay. Now, you also play with Lee G from R&B group Silk and Tony Terry.
Yes, Little G, yes. And they're awesome people. They were great.
The Sick People?
Yes. Also, I think her name was Cherise, I think it was.
Cherise, okay.
Yes, from the Atlanta Housewives.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, I heard about that Cherise, man.
Cherise,
is it like that Cherise, like, is it the really mean? I hear she's really mean.
She was actually really nice to me.
Really?
Yeah, and she's pretty in person as she is on TV.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I know who that is because I don't really watch the show. But she sings also? No. Okay. You got to plead the fifth on that one.
Speaking of female singers, as I move off of that.
And you being nice. You being very nice.
But from what I understand, they're adding Kiki Wyatt to the.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's an awesome singer.
Right,
I look forward to
right.
working with her.
That's great. And now you want to talk about, also you're obviously a man of God, because going through everything that you went through, you want to tell us what was the strength behind, you being able to achieve everything that you did achieve,
Yes, sir. Actually, what happened was going through what I went through with the cancer, they didn't feel like I was going to make it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the odds were already against me.
Wow.
But instead of me just kind of like laying over and die, I was a fighter. My mom prayed me through. And we drew from that strength, that faith. And with that, hey, I'm here today.
Right.
X amount of years later, I'm still going.
Doing big things.
Hey, got to live life to the fullest.
You have to, especially in these times going on right now. Now, I gotta ask you this. Do you think Barack Obama is going to get reelected again? I just have to throw it in there.
I put my trust in God,
Okay.
and not in man. If he does,
Okay, good.
I feel like I'm backing him or whoever
Okay,
is in leadership
okay,
100%.
Okay, that's good.
Is that a good answer?
Oh, well, I mean, it's the answer that you give me. I'm going to have to go with that. You know what I mean? I can tell you what to answer. But it was great having you on the show,
Thank
man.
you so much
I'm
for
very
having
proud, you know, to talk to you today, to have the chance to talk to you today. You
The
know what I
pleasure
mean?
was all
It was a
mine.
great interview, man. Hopefully you come back again when it plays out, okay?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Thank you for being on the show. That was our guest, Mr. Darwin Brascomb on the SAMY Priso Show, folks. Stick around. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.